Now and then, people will reach out to me seeking career, music, and creative advice. One of the recurring things I've heard over and over again is, I struggle to finish things. Maybe you can relate to this as well. You are especially excited about a certain idea, but for whatever reason, it didn't pan out. What I don't think people understand is that seeing a concept to fruition is a muscle that needs developing. In the same way we may practice playing a scale, we need to practice finishing things. If you have countless musical ideas, but not one completed song, it would seem to me that there's a mental hurdle there. One that you need to get over, even if it means you end up coming short of your personal expectations. When writing a song, you don't need to write the final copy on your first go through. By finishing a first draft, at least you have something you can edit and work on later. I think there's a few reasons why people struggle with this. Doing the grunt work, sorting through ideas, and turning them into structured songs isn't nearly as much fun as jamming out waiting for inspiration. But it's a crucial part of the process, and even if it leads to nowhere, you will learn something from it. If nothing else, your musical instincts will become more honed. If we push on past those speed bumps that would normally stop us, we'll grow as writers. Because next time we come across a similar problem, we'll be more adept at dealing with it. As artists, most of us are perfectionists. We have a certain standard set in our head and we're unwilling to come short of it. While that is normally a positive, it can also hold you back. This is something I personally had to learn to deal with. It would have taken me many more years to get to the point where I was totally comfortable putting my music into the world. I needed to channel that perfectionism into different places, otherwise I would have never started a YouTube channel. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. You can wait your entire life to put out something you're 100% confident in. But you're doing yourself a disservice. One way or another, get some music out there. You will learn so much more if you take an idea from inception to release than if you let the perfectionist in you obsess too much. I see this so often. I know people who have been talking about putting out an album for over 10 years. Honestly, at this point, what are the chances it even happens? I know other people who are dead set on starting YouTube, but they always find a reason not to. And I think right there is where the successful people differ. They will always find an excuse to do something, whereas others find an excuse not to. They'll embrace whatever it is that's been holding them back. The limitation that may have been the final roadblock for many others becomes the thing that helps them define their voice. For example, I don't sing especially well. Wish I could, but I can't, and that's that. I think that limitation helped me stand out. I had to find a creative way to fill that void in my music. I suspect that whatever success I have had is partially because what I do is different. Maybe you're trying to put together a band, but you can't find a drummer. Be creative. How can you get around that? Maybe you record a bunch of drum samples onto cassettes and go play gigs along with a tape deck. Hey, if I saw that, I would remember that. That's different and that stands out. Whatever's holding you back, get over it. You also can't be discouraged when you see people creating things far beyond your current abilities. Remember, people like you are watching people like me a long way into our journeys. It makes no sense to compare yourself to someone like me when you're just getting started. You could scroll way back on my Instagram page and find videos where I was just learning about editing. It was pretty rough. Somewhere out there are recordings of me playing guitar at 23, and let me tell you, I couldn't even come close to doing what I'm doing now. Hopefully the same will be true 6 years in the future. Go back further and there's recordings I made at 18, and those would probably make you cringe. Don't even get me started on the noises I was making when I first picked up guitar. The point is, for a long time I poured my everything into music and came up significantly short of the vision I had in my head. But these were crucial stepping stones I needed to take to get to where I am now. So make those mistakes. Pour your heart and soul into songs that no one will ever care about. Release them, learn from them, and grow. Eventually, you'll have the ability to make something special, and that's when you'll bring people in. Trust me, you don't want to look back one day and wish you took a chance when it's too late. Be it a YouTube channel, a podcast, a band, an album, whatever, make it happen, get it into the world, you'll be glad you did. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope in some way this has inspired you to create something. There's no greater feeling than looking at a piece of finished work and saying, I did that and I'm proud of that. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons who make these videos possible. I truly appreciate every one of you who tunes in here. I'm Samurai Guitarist, and I will see you again soon.